Always better to replace rotors than it is to reuse them. Alright guys, today we got this Toyota Avalon. This lady came in because her brake pedal shakes whenever the brakes is applied. And see, this rotor is pretty grooved up, so we're gonna have to replace the front rotors. And I also went to the rear, and the rear brake pads are literally so close to being metal on metal. But regardless, we're gonna switch out brake pads and rotors. We don't turn rotors around here, we just replace them. Easy. We just compress the caliper, no need for special tools. We do this thing pretty quick. There we go. One bolt right there. Hang the caliper right here. Don't hang it by the brake line. Brake pad off. They're about 20%. If you tell me you put grease on your brake pads, like, that's just terrible. The only place that should have grease on your brake system is these slide pins, which these are pretty beat up. This is what happens when you use the wrong type of grease. Completely seized. There we go. Look how dry that is. Fix that right up. Back right here. Rotors out. Use one of these to hold it into place. We cleaned up the caliper. Pins are also nice and clean. New hardware. These are the brake pads, just like that. So, which is the slide pins. Then you can see, look at that. Same thing with this side. The last two bolts in for the caliper. One more time. A good brake job right there. We just repeat the same thing on the other front side and on the back side. So here we are with the rear, same thing. We use this little pry bar to compress the caliper. Prise down, there we go. This comes out. These are not too bad. The grease is all dried up. These brake pads were about to give out, metal on metal. All right, there we go. Rotor is in, new hardware is in. I cleaned up the slide pins. All right, so this one's nice and lubed up. Put it in, move this one up in here, tiny bit right here, tiny bit here, like so. And just like that, our caliper is back on. We're gonna flush out the system. Look how dirty this brake fluid is. Disgusting. All right, so I'm gonna put this thing here so I don't have to worry about it running dry. Look how clear that is. That's nice and clear. It looks like water. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with the right rear, and there goes the fluid. I could clearly see this thing going down, so as long as it doesn't get below here, we should be okay. While that's going on, I'm gonna change out the oil filter. The old oil filter right here. Damn, this thing just fell apart.